Hi, I'm Ash.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome to the Untold Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the Untold Podcast. Today, we have Nathan back in. Now, I thought, Leslie, that we could use this episode to tie it into what we're thinking of for Season 4.
Yep, definitely.
So, without further ado, my name's Ash.
I'm Leslie.
That's Leslie. And welcome, Nathan.
Thank you for having me both.
Nathan's thinking, why is his name Leslie? It's not
Yeah,
what he got introduced to a minute ago.
No, it's making it hard on early morning, this one.
Yeah, I just get bored of using my name all the time.
You forgot it wasn't Saturday.
Yeah.
Forgot it wasn't Saturday. You weren't selling hair products on TikTok.
Oh, you found my second account, have you?
Yep, I have.
Gutted.
I have. Get ready with Leslie. So, Nath, I want to talk to you today about what you've been through the last couple of years. Obviously, you built Closr,
Yeah.
which is getting some really good reviews and talk about in the town, if you like. You built that in your bedroom whilst trying to run another business, which, again, wasn't going as successful as it is now.
Correct.
All right to say that?
That's correct, yeah.
So you built an app from never building an app in your bedroom whilst doing a full-time job.
That's correct, yeah.
Well,
It's
not
crazy.
even a full-time job, running your own company.
Yeah, as crazy as it sounds, that is right.
How was that?
Tiresome, long days, 16 to 18-hour days, wake up, work, go to bed, work. It's just constantly work. There's no cycle of friends, family. You just push everyone aside to focus on what matters most at that point in time, to sort of build that business in hopes that you can then take more time off and spend more time with your family. So by dedicating lots of hours to your job initially, you can then take weeks off work and days off work and spend it with those that matter most.
How's that going for you now, though?
Yeah.
Have you got all that free time now, though?
Nearly.
Oh, you have you?
Nearly.
Oh, blimey. Most people you speak to, they said, well, yeah, no, but actually I've got another finger in another pie now and I'm doing this and doing that. So at least you've
That's soon.
achieved
He's
that.
just told me he might be opening something else up.
Actually, I mean, I know what obviously Closr is because I've obviously done a bit of research, but some people that are listening probably have no idea what it is. So do you want to just give us a very quick overview on that one before
First
we
of
go
all,
deep dive in?
how old are you, Nath?
29.
29. Not even 30 yet, and he's got 2 successful companies.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, but that's just due to hard work. I mean, like I say to everyone, right now, self-development and learning is the most important skill that I'd recommend to anyone. And we're in such a lucky day when it comes to technology. You can learn anything, YouTube, TikTok, there's tutorials everywhere. And that's what I can't say enough about, is if you want to go and learn something, just get online, learn it, develop it, and you can actually begin selling it or doing more so on that. But Closr is a really unique app, Sussex-based. It's all about helping independent businesses only. So it's pulling away from the big chains that are trying to monopolise our towns and give back to those families that need it most. So it's a discount savings app. That's free for everyone, free for the businesses to join, free for the consumers to download, and you get savings everywhere. It was only yesterday that I was on the site and you get 30% off a bar on a Friday and a Saturday night.
Nice.
And that is mental. So your drinks are going from like £5, £6 a pint to like £3, £4 a pint, and it's just like, and it's free. So why would you not get it?
Yeah.
I might have to start drinking again, I think. Sounds quite exciting.
There's coffee shops too.
It's not just that, though. There's coffee shops. We were looking this morning, like Kids Eat Free
Yeah.
in the Hassocks pub,
Yeah.
which is great. Like, if I'm going out with my kids, they're like, oh, can I have this? It's another 25 quid for them to not eat half a plate. You know what I mean?
Makes it easier for families to go out for dinner as well, doesn't it? That's the problem. Everyone's skint at the minute and saying they can't afford to go out, but actually something like that could potentially transform a family's life by going, should we go out for dinner?
Exactly that. Exactly. And there's loads of cool things. We've got a soft play. We've got loads of those on it as well. We cover all different industries, and it's about trying to support those independent businesses. But when you go out and about, where should we go today? Let's look on the Closr app. So if you download it in Worthing and you're in Brighton for a day out, cool. Go to a restaurant, support a local family business, find a new key space or a favourite venue. Then if you go to Littlehampton, there's another one, or Burgess Hill, wherever you want to go, they're on there.
Love that.
It's cool, isn't it?
I will be downloading that when I finish.
Yeah. No, it is really good. It is really good. And obviously, I've known you since you were building this in your bedroom.
Yes.
And it's completely pivoted in, hasn't it, really, from what you originally said it. It's not pivoted, the vision's the same, but the way, well, you're not monetizing it, are you?
Exactly that. Yeah, we literally launched it at a cost. So there was a cost to the subscriber of, I think, £1.99 a month. And we basically thought, we don't need to gatekeep these offers. We'll just give it away free to everyone. There's so many tech platforms out there and apps like Taste Card, Neo Taste, charging £8 a month, £7 a month, but that's because they've got loads of staff and they've got loads of marketing. We have me and my dad. There are no wages to pay out. We don't have any overheads because we built the app, and we can afford to give it for free. We take a loss on the very small hosting fees, but we'd rather try and make people's days happier. We recently launched things like free giveaways. So we asked the businesses, do you want to give something away free to a Closr user? We spin a wheel, we give away a free prize. So recently we've done like things with soft play, 1 month membership. We've currently got one up for Ballpark in Brighton, the tech football place. They're doing a £50 bar tab and free karaoke session room. And then we've got things like escape rooms, giving away free vouchers. And it's just trying to make people's day a little bit better. When I send a DM to someone on our followers going, congratulations, you've just won a 1 month membership at soft play. They're like, I didn't enter anything. I'm like, there's no need to enter anything. We're just giving it away. And like, oh my God, you made my day. That's amazing. And that's what we want to do, make people's lives happier in times that are tough.
It's very rare. That's very rare, mate. I applaud you for that, because there's always an ulterior motive behind most things nowadays. And
yes,
if you're doing all that for free, then that's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly that. We don't make any money at all. Everything's free. We also work with a number of charities inside the app, like Rock and All Children's Charity. So all the videos we do, all the content, we're not paid by the businesses to go in and shoot the content. We do everything off our own back, off our own cost, off our own skin, all our time. We're just trying to make people's lives a little bit better.
Do they give you the free beautiful dinners that you're eating in the videos?
Some do, some don't. Some do, some don't, believe it or not. But yeah.
I want to go back to when you were sort of running Kyco. Kyco was your full-time job, and you decided to come up with the idea of Closr. What did a typical day look like?
For Kyco?
For you.
For me?
For you, Nathan, what did a typical day look like?
Well, initially, when we first started Kyco, it was the case of, just left a full-time job in London, which was quite a well-paid job. And then obviously I had to go back home to my parents because I didn't have the salary coming in. I had nothing coming in. I thought, oh my God, what have I done?
It's a bit of a shock to the system, isn't it?
Massive leap of faith. Suddenly you got £10 in your bank account every month thinking, how am I going to make this last? But Pot Noodles pulled me along, nicely. But yeah, it was very tough initially because we didn't really have a product. We had a prototype, and we put it into one of the first venues, which was the Horse Inn in Hurstpier Point. And Kyco consisted of a marketing technology suite, which was table tags, email marketing platform, digital loyalty cards, Wi-Fi data capture, and so on. We had no idea if it would work. It was an absolute wing. But luckily, the fantastic owners, Tim and Laney, who are the most loveliest people, they said, look, put it in our pub. We'll give it a go. Let's see what happens after 3 months. And if you've got something there, then obviously we'll keep it and we'll pay for it. And thankfully, everything we thought, it all came off. They started gathering data. They started driving more sales with the digital loyalty cards. And they started getting email marketing out about their quiz nights, new menu changes, Christmas bookings, all that sort of stuff. And then we're like, hold on, we've got a little product here that we can now proposition to other pubs and other bars and other venues. And since then, it's snowballed into all sorts. We've got booking platforms, all at the table. It just goes on and on and on. We work with some fantastic businesses across Sussex. Big groups now, like Regency Pub Group, Sussex Inns, Golden Lion Group, as of recently. Yeah. Things have really come off, which is great.
It's gone really well for you, hasn't it? Especially the last 6 months.
The last 6 months has been mental. I mean, we've done what we've done in 2.5 years. We've now doubled that in the last 6 months. So for some reason, the right people are now seeing it. They're taking it on board and they're listening. And businesses, I think, are trying to invest in times that are tough because, those that do invest in financially tough times tend to come out better off. So I think they're actually adapting and taking it on board.
So what did a typical day look like for you? Getting up at 5 a.m, cold plunge, going to the gym, eating this, having 2 espressos. What was your typical day like when you were doing what you was doing?
Well, typically, believe it or not, I'd wake up quite late because I'd work very late. So I'd work until 3 a.m. in the morning, when most people would get up about 5. So I'd normally work until 3 a.m. in the morning, and then I'd normally get up about 9. Then I'd be out of the house by 10. Also, most of the businesses that we'd work with, that open until 12. So in my lifestyle, I sort of adapted around that because most of them are like pubs and bars and restaurants and so on. But it'd be a case of getting up, walking the streets as such, cold calling, knocking on doors, trying to meet the managers, getting rejected all the time, saying we don't need it. Then when you actually do speak to them, they go, we do need it. So it's those initial staff that didn't understand the business sense to then help grow and develop the business. But it was all, very, very long days, 10 in the morning till 3 in the morning the next day, pretty much.
How tired were you?
drained.
I bet.
Drained. And when the kids want to play football and that on a Saturday morning, I think, oh my goodness, just let me sleep. I went to bed 3 hours ago. Do you know what I mean?
There's something about going to bed at that sort of time of day when you're actually not out and you're actually working. It just fries your brain, doesn't it?
It does, but because it's technology, anything we change on the back end will affect day-to-day business on the customer front. So
Was you drinking Neutronic?
I am now since you hooked me on it. Yeah, it's I'm addicted to it. But yeah, exactly. That's any changes we'd make on the back end system would affect day-to-day running. So on Closr now, for example, we're working with some big names that we're drafting up, but I can't make changes until 2-3 o'clock when I know everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
Because if they publicly see it, then I can get caught out on in the A's and so on.
Wow. So you're still doing those hours now then?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm nearly through it. Like it's the case now where Kyco, thankfully, in touch wood, is bringing enough financially to know I can take a week off or two, and the system will run itself. But you always want to keep growing and developing, so the hours are still being put in.
Yeah.
Do you ever resent the grind?
Yeah, absolutely. I always think, what about if I go back into full time and do my 9 till 5, probably make more money than I am now, and then just live that life. But there comes a ceiling when you're working for someone, as you both know, being both self-employed as well. There's a ceiling you reach, and there's nothing better than having your own free time and when you can organise your own day. Like now, being self-employed, knowing if I want to play tennis at 10 in the morning, I'm going to go and play tennis. If I want to go and do this, you can go and do that. And that is what I think is worth more than the money. Yeah. Having that ability to be more flexible and choose your own life as such, choose your own paths.
But it comes at a cost, though, doesn't it?
Comes at a cost.
Definitely
100%.
comes at a cost.
Comes at a cost. Yeah, I think I'm probably another year or two away from getting back to where I was in the London days. However, my mental state is better than it's ever been, despite doing the more hours I'm doing. You know, I'm happier. I don't see my work as work. I absolutely love what I do. The people I work with are amazing. The software I have is great, and I know I'm helping businesses and making a big difference to their lives. And that to me is not work. Do you know what I mean?
There is definitely something to be said for actually doing something that you enjoy, because even if you are stressed of money, the joy still comes from the work. So actually it kind of takes a bit of that stress away, doesn't it? So
exactly that.
I've found that recently. I know you obviously get a bit of that as well yourself, but I think that's really important, actually enjoying what you do. And you can tell you enjoy it just by the 5-minute conversation we've had so far.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about launching Closr alongside Kyco, as bizarre and bonkers as it is that it gives me that break of day, because I'm not just selling software all the time and helping on that side. I'm actually going to go out to cafes and shoot some content, have a laugh, enjoy the sun, enjoy the company. And that's what's good about Closr, is I get that free time to go out and just shoot content, which is what I enjoy doing. It doesn't pay any money, but it gives me that break and headspace to get away from the tech sales and the development.
But do you think that launching Closr has actually directly related to the success of Kyco in the last 6 months?
Yeah, I do. Because a lot of the businesses we meet with Closr obviously is free of charge. And then once we start talking about the other business, Kyco, one feeds the other. So we've got a massive address book now of a lot of business owners around Sussex. We go in, do you want to go on our brilliant app? It's free to do so, help give you exposure. There's absolutely no cost. Everyone goes, what's the catch? There isn't a catch, it's all free. Then once they agree to it, in a couple of months' time, we then try and book a meeting about Kyco, of which most of the businesses join that after seeing the way we work with Closr.
Have you had like quite a few barriers with Closr? Because obviously where it is free, and people do have reservations about, because there is always a catch. Like, have you had quite a lot of companies really sort of shut the door on you because of that?
Yeah, endless.
It's weird, isn't it?
Endless. I think people always believe there's always a catch to saying, and when you say to them, this is the app, you get your placement here, we help you book and do that, like, well, how much have I got to pay? You haven't got to pay anything. No, how much do I have to pay? I can't argue with the person saying, I can't stress any of, there is zero payment involved. We never ask for your bank details. We never give you our bank details. There's no payment portals. Literally download it, use it, and you can see there is zero cost elements involved. But we get asked that all the time, and it's just you're hitting your head against the wall. But what can you do?
That'll come, won't it? The more people that sign up for it, the more businesses and that, it'll obviously get spoken about more, and then they'll all want to be a part of it, won't they?
Exactly.
Yeah, you was on, what was you on the other day? BBC Sussex?
BBC Radio Sussex. Yeah, I was on BBC with Alison Ferns on the morning breakfast show, which was great.
You get your blue tick soon then, won't you?
Hopefully. Yeah, we're in the Argus as well. We also won 4th best tech startup in the UK which is great considering we're only Sussex based. So to win something in the whole UK was really nice to see that that's come through. But I think people are just backing it because we're just very authentic. You know, we're not trying to be someone we're not. We're just being ourselves. We're being authentic. We're having a laugh. There's no corporate side to it in any way. Our branding is very, you know, chilled out, and that's what we want to be. We are the average person. You know, we are here to support you. We're not there to take your money. We're not there to cause you any grief. We're just trying to be nice and do the best we can, which I think goes a long way to the public. I think
especially this day and age. This day and
So
age,
it's-
massively.
What is it? It's about, I guess it was about 2.5, 3 years ago you started Closr, started the build of Closr.
Yeah,
2 years?
so about 2 years ago I started the build, and then we released it about sort of properly about 8 months ago, I'd say properly. We did test the waters. We soft launched it, didn't really tell anyone about it to see how the downloads went, and they went well. It's more word of mouth. However, recently we started doing all the Instagrams, all the comedy skits and stuff like that, and people are loving it. You know, we get lots of nice messages and compliments, which is nice. That's why we keep going. But for me, the DMs we get are lovely, and that's what makes me want to keep going and going and going. Without the love we get from the Closr community, then I don't think I'd be able to keep managing it, because it's a loss to us in terms of time and efforts. But the messages you get are amazing. Like, you know, you've made our night giving us that £40 food voucher. I'm going to go take my partner out there who's struggling at the moment with his work and all this sort of stuff. So you start having a positive impact on other people's lives, and that's what it's all about.
That's massive, isn't it? Because it's like remember when Sam was on for the last season, and he said about that time where he was feeling down and shit, and his mate just turned up on his doorstep and said, "Come on, mate, let's go for a round of golf." It's those little things that...
It's fulfillment as well, isn't it? Life is not all just about money, is it? It's actually, you get a lot more joy from bringing joy to others.
Exactly that. I actually think you get more, 100% more. There's nothing better than doing good for someone else and being genuine. You know, a lot of people hide behind cameras and try and beat someone they're not, and when you meet them face to face and stuff, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
When you were building this, obviously 26, 27 years old, I bet a lot of your mates were out, social lives, clubbing, pubbing, drinking. Did they understand what you was doing and why you were like, "No, lads, I can't come out, I'm building this app"?
I don't think they did, no. And I like a drink, you know. Everyone knows I like a drink. I like a cocktail. I like to go out to a bar and chill out and socialise. I enjoy that. That's probably my favourite environment with my friends and family, going out and just chilling out and relaxing. And I don't think they appreciate that what I do isn't just for me, it's for everyone around me. So it's not just, you know, eventually it comes to a place where I can help support my friends, help support my family, and this is for everyone. I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for everyone. And I think sometimes they're like, "Oh, come on, mate, you can come out, you can do this." I'm like, "No, I can't, mate. I have to get this done because I haven't got enough time in the day to go out and do both." So yeah, 100% I sacrificed not only friends, but family time as well. I mean, my partner will tell you, I barely ever see her now because I'm always busy, but she can see the end goal. And that's what it's about, having someone there to support you through those times where I don't want to be working all the time. I'd rather be spending time with my partner. However, something's got to give to get to a point where you don't need to work to then have more time with your partner, if that makes sense.
We said that the other day, didn't we? You can put in the effort. I think as well, it's about working smart with your time, isn't
Exactly.
it? Structuring your days and making sure that you're doing the right things at the right time instead of being a busy fool.
Yeah.
Being a busy fool.
Exactly that. But then I think sport, and as you know, with doing the Vikings, I think sport is a massive, one of the biggest things for your mental side. You know, personally, I play a lot of tennis, and when I'm on a tennis court, I forget everything work.
Yeah.
Everything work goes out the window. It gives me that free time, free headspace. I may get angry on court because I missed a shot or something, but
Different anger though, isn't it?
but different anger, but as a whole, it gives you that headspace, and that's so vital. You know, having something, whether you go for a walk, whether you go for golf, everyone's got their own personal hobbies. That's what you need to have. You can't just go home, watch TV, and keep going. You have to have that sort of headspace.
We've said it before, haven't we? We've said before, like, it's important to have something for yourself.
Yeah, we always talk about it, don't we?
Like mine was, up until I sold them both, mine was my motorbikes. I haven't got any, and I keep opening the garage, and I'm like, "Oh, the weather's nice today," but then the roads are so shot to bits.
Yeah, you know
I'll probably kill myself on it. But I think it's important for everybody, husbands and wives, men and women, to have something that's for you. Whether it's golf, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's yoga, whether it's walking, like whatever, it's important to have something for you to switch off.
Yeah,
Really feel that's important.
yeah, I do as well.
Did you did you ever think with Closr and Kyco, obviously you've mentioned this, did you ever think this isn't going to work? What am I doing?
100%, many times. Yeah, 100%, especially on the Kyco side of things when it comes to the marketing suite and stuff. I'm thinking, walking around these pubs, getting rejected, getting this and the other. And as I say, only the last 6 months has finally gone to that 100%. I know it will work. So for about 2.5 years, I thought, is it going to pull over? Will it get to where it'll get to? You know, you just got to keep battling those demons in your head, thinking, keep going, and keep going. And eventually you'll get that breakthrough. You'll break through the wall. But yeah, many times did I think that, especially when it comes to the financial side, you're looking at struggling debts, bills, loans, or whatever to keep you afloat, and everything's failing and bouncing. You're thinking, oh my God, I'm in trouble here. But just keep going at it.
You kept on going though. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And look,
going.
this time, do you know what I mean? This time last year, you wouldn't imagine that you've got the free time to come and sit and do on a podcast.
Yeah.
With us two.
Yeah. I expect it's hard though, isn't it? Because obviously when you start something, you believe in it massively because that's why you start it.
Yeah.
And you need someone to believe in you, but the more doors you're knocking and the more no's you're getting, then the self-doubt starts kicking in, doesn't it? And
100%.
The more you probably went on with it, the more you doubted yourself until that first person went, oh yeah, actually I quite like that. And then that's when it all just sparks again. You get the excitement again and it sort of builds again from, not from scratch, but you almost feel like you're starting from the beginning again, don't you?
You're exactly right. Yeah. I mean, in the first sort of 6 months of us creating Kyco, probably signed 3 clients. And then in the past 6 months, we've probably had 40 venues. So it's absolutely blown out of the water suddenly. And it just shows like the starting period's always tough for any business, but that's because you find your feet and you're learning. Sometimes rejection is the best way to grow. And I actually believe that I'd rather get knocked back, understand what we did wrong, or understand what we can do more on the technology side to then advance it further, to then make it even better. So the rejections of I'm not interested or it's no good is the best thing that can ever happen because it makes you think, revisit it and make it better.
And also as well, lots of people say in business, you've got to go for the no.
100%.
If you're constantly getting told yes, either you're not, your package isn't there, you're too cheap or whatever. So you got to go for the no sometimes.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure Chris is learning with reaching out to big brands.
Yeah.
Go for the no.
20 grand a week is not the right amount of money to go to with. £10 more like, I think.
Yeah.
You felt any pressure to sort of prove yourself and prove the concept?
I think pressure more maybe on my family because they're like, you know, why are you leaving your job and that you've got a nice comfortable position, just keep doing what you're doing. But I think the pressure mainly come from family proving to them saying, look, I can do it, I knew I can do it, and now you can finally see that we're getting to that position now. So I think mainly it come down to the family side of the concerns.
Yeah, I suppose your family, your biggest client, really, aren't they?
Exactly.
They're the ones that you need to sign up first, so they believe in what you're doing as much as you do.
Well, my dad was in the trades game for ages, and about 9 months ago, I hired him on board, so he works with me, so he can see day to day what effort we put in and where the business is going. And he said, if I didn't believe in it, then I wouldn't be working with you, obviously, because it's another salary to come out of the business to pay for me. So yeah, I think having the support from your family is obviously key.
It is a big point, isn't it? Having your family and your friends.
Yeah, I don't have many of them at the moment.
No. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Your friends will be the ones that don't. They don't. Do you know what I mean? They never. Yeah. How hard is it to like your mate's business on Instagram, to leave a comment, to tell someone about it? It's like it's the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah. So I have this point written down on my phone, exactly on that point. And it's, are your friends and family really your friends and family? And the reason being is they're all fully on social media. What does it take to press the like button? What does it take to make a comment? Great video, mate, or great video, son, or whatever. All of those different things they do affects the algorithms, which then creates the spider web effect, which then broadcasts the reach and it goes wider and wider and wider. In London, in the offices, we'd have one LinkedIn post and a team of 20. 2 people do it on this day, everyone would like and comment it. 2 people do it the next day. And then that post would go to like 10, 20, 30, 40,000 because of the reaches and the interactions with. But you're exactly right. I have that question written down is, are your friends really your friends? You know, where you've got 100 on your Facebook, whatever, you just got to press a like button, then that goes to 10,000, then it goes to 20,000, then it goes beyond. But yeah, it's a great thing.
It's mad, isn't it? Like one of my friends listens to the podcast and I saw him just randomly, I haven't seen him for years. First thing he said was, I love your podcast, mate. And I was like, you listen to it? Yeah. He's like, yeah. And he actually posted that day when on Facebook, he posted like something about the podcast or whatever. And that was it. I posted about seeing him in the shop. And and how he was so like loving about the podcast and how he listens to it every week. And I said, like, if only all friends were like as supportive and everything. And I did it because I actually wanted all my mates to see it, because I've always sent a podcast out to them, and you know they don't listen to it.
Of course.
You know, and like we were talking earlier on, this gives me a perfect opportunity to say what we were saying earlier. Our wives don't even listen to the podcast now.
No.
You know, and out of everybody that support you, you would think that your wives would support you by listening to your podcast and sharing it on their socials. But it's just mad how people don't. I mean, some family and friend members, they're amazing. You know, they do anything to help you. But then actually the friends that you think are amazing and partners, you just think, actually, why not? So it's such a valid point.
It's the spider web effect, honestly. That double click of a screen will then broadcast into 10, 20, 30, 40, and it just grows and grows. And it's just that double click. You're asking for half a second of someone's time. They've seen it. They comment to you about it in face to face, but they just had to double click the screen.
It's I just want to go back to like finances. How did you deal with uncertainty when money wasn't guaranteed? Because I've sat there refreshing emails on the constant to wait for approvals, and I know how bad that is. We spoke about it last week, about the anxiety of not knowing whether that paycheck's going to come in, whether you're going to have to be able to pay the staff at the end of the month. How do you deal with that? Have you experienced that?
Yeah, many times. With what I do, a lot of it's SaaS sales, so software as a service. So fortunate for me, we work on Stripe direct debits. So we know pretty much to the penny how much is going to come in every single month, regardless of any outgoings, which is great. So we know exactly that money's coming on that date, which is brilliant. But the issue where we've had that massive daunting feeling is when a business direct debit fails for whatever reason. Then suddenly you think, well, we're $3,000 less this month. Where's that going to come from? That means the staff member's not getting paid, which is often me. And then I'm like, oh, I can't pay my rent this month for this reason and this reason. And then your business loan or whatever it may be will fail. And you're thinking, oh, now we're in big trouble. So I've been in that position lots. But yeah, we're now at a position where if one did fail, we have a blanket cover finally. But for about 2.5 years, I've had that feeling.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's the worst.
It's horrible.
It's gut-wrenching. Where we had staff who couldn't pay on time, we have to say, look, give us another week, then there's another payment coming in a week's time, which we could prove. But it's 100% gut-wrenching, because it's not just your life you're affecting other people's lives. And when you have their rent on the line, or their bills, or their family time, wherever it is, it makes you feel like the worst person ever. But it's only so much you can sacrifice before you physically cannot do anything. Do you know what I mean?
When you're running a business, staff is like having independence, isn't it? It's literally, they are depending on you and the business and the financial pressure is any other pressure in business I can deal with quite well, like striding my step. Okay, there's a problem, we'll sort it. When it comes to finances, it's really, really tough, because there isn't a magic wand that you can wave. No. And it's always been the most anxious and crippling times for me, and my whole business career has been to do with finances.
Yeah, they're the bits that people don't really talk about as well in business, isn't it? It's about having those financial dependent people that work for you that people don't think that you have when you have a business. They just think, oh, he got loads of money, he does really well, he's got a big business and blah blah blah. But actually, you might have $100 worth of wages going out a month.
Exactly, you know? Exactly that. And
that's it as well. People, it's like the vanity metrics of my business turned over £1 million last year. But there's no money in the bank. No. Like, what? Do you know what I mean? So what? You turned over £1 million, but you made a 200 grand loss. Exactly. Tell them that. Tell people that's what people need to hear. They need to hear, oh yeah, we hit $1 million. Yeah, we hit $1 million. You what? Oh, we hit $1 million, but we owe 1.2.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. Yeah. And that's something that it cripples me. The finances, anything else, throw it at me, I'll deal with it. But the finance side of things is really tough.
Especially the rates all going up every single day, as we know. You know, we're all part of it, national insurance and staff wages and so on. Everything just keeps going up. And that was why we made Closr free. It's a case of saying, look, we know everyone's struggling. We know business is struggling. Let's just do something that no one's ever done before. It's completely groundbreaking, you know, have something that's completely free.
It's quite a good point, actually. Moving on. What does success feel to you when it comes to Closr?
When it comes to Closr?
What is success for Closr?
Success for Closr, for me, would be having the amount of downloads it deserves. So I base it on download metrics. So right now we've got thousands of people using it. I'll probably say just under 5,000 people. But I like it to get to around 20, 30, 40,000 without a doubt. And it's just that word of mouth. It's just the brand awareness. And because we haven't got marketing budgets to pay into meta ads and so on, we don't have anything. We've got no influencers because there's no money to be made. This is what I'm trying to get across in our videos, is that we're not Taste Car. We haven't got 10 million in the bank. We can't go and do a massive Facebook ad. We can't go and pay an influencer because the business makes zero money. Yeah. So where is the money going to come from? My own back pocket. And we are on a way of doing it all ourselves. You know, we don't want to pay any influencers. Unfortunately, if you look at our pages, you're going to see my ugly mug everywhere because my dad doesn't want to get on camera. So I'm just splattered everywhere. But that's because I've got to be the face of the brand to try and get it to where we want it to get to. So when it comes to success, I'd say the amount of users that are actually benefiting and saving, because I know that's people I'm helping in their day-to-day living. And that to me is what the feel-good factor is I'm helping people save.
What about the businesses?
The businesses, exactly, yeah. Helping them bring
and the business, yeah, helping the businesses get more
exactly
traffic.
That. Helping the businesses get more traffic, even the exposure. So even if someone didn't go in that day, they can still look at it and see the name of the business and maybe recommend it to someone else.
Yeah. Like I've watched some of your videos and I'm like, that looks really nice. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
And I think this is the hardest thing. I do this in my business is getting the word out there, getting the eyes on, like you say, without being able to spend 10 grand a month on meta ads.
Yeah, you're right. I know what we have is so special and unique, and it's just amazing to have to be able to give to the public. It's just making the public aware of what it is. It's an absolute sleeping giant. And if I could somehow get 100 grand of paid ads out there, I think nearly everyone in Sussex would get it, because why would you not?
Well, yeah, but I don't know, because I think that's a little bit, for what you're building, I think the organic method is going to ensure longevity in the... If tomorrow, all of a sudden, you had 100,000 downloads, you might struggle.
Yeah.
You might struggle, and then you might lose the 5 you've got.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's like they say, people win the lottery or people go viral overnight. All of a sudden, it's gone. I think it's the same for a business. If you grow it organically, slower over time, the foundations are stronger.
Yeah.
In order to keep moving.
Yeah, we're relying on someone to sort of catch eyes on it, to be honest. That's what I've said to my dad and my mum, is saying, like, I'm just waiting for the right person to catch eyes on it, who's like us, genuine, authentic, to be able to go, hold on a minute, followers, there's this app here, this is really good and it's free. Why don't you go and get it? And that, whoever it may be, please knock on my door and save me.
Well, we might have a few people listening now that live in Sussex, so if you use the Closr app, when you go out for your dinner, make sure you make some content on it.
Exactly that.
It's just as easy as that, isn't it?
Exactly that, yeah. Use the Closr app
just download it. I mean, what I love about it is the map.
Yes.
What I love about it is the fact that I'm in my business now and I've got 2 offers on the app. There's someone down the road, there's that. You can be anywhere in Sussex. Oh, where should we go and grab a coffee?
Yes.
We don't really know the area. We've not been down here for a couple of years. Oh, look, they've got... I don't know, free croissant when you order coffees or whatever. We're saving a bit of money, we're supporting the local business, and it's a new spot for us.
Exactly. That is it. You summed it up exactly why it was built.
Like one of the places you did a video at the other day, that quirky building on the seafront.
Oh, East Beach Cafe.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful, beautiful business.
I didn't even know that was there. Yeah. And it's what, half hour from here?
Yeah. It's beautiful. Beautiful cafe. Won over 20 international awards for its architecture. It looks like a massive wave. It's right on the beach. Food was unbelievable. Service, staff, top tier. It's one of the nicest businesses, and they've got to give 15% off the total bill for 4 people. Wow. And 15% off.
It's quite a lot of money, isn't it?
It is quite a lot. I mean, if you're going as a family of 4 and you're going to have lunch and a drink, you're probably talking £100, and straight away get 15 quid in your back pocket to go use at the amusements down the road. Yeah. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. Or
go and play the crazy golf just round the corner, because you've saved the money. You can now go and do that for technically free as such.
Yeah. Do you ever switch off?
No. Never ever switch off. No. My brain's always thinking. That's something my partner always says. You just don't stop. My brain's always thinking about the next thing, the next project, the next customer, the next install. Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Do you sleep? When you do sleep, obviously I know you're like a nocturnal animal, but when you do sleep, do you sleep? Do you wake up with like panic and anxiety about the business?
No, I don't. I normally get 6, 7 hours. I do get sleep, obviously between like 3 and 9 or whatever. But when I wake up, it's always normally with a clear head, because I know, because I would have overthought it the whole night before. I've woken up knowing exactly what I have to do as and when to the exact minute of every single day. Yeah, but I don't switch off at all.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it, Ash?
Yeah. I never switch off.
I
mate.
don't think you can. I don't think if you're self-employed you can, because you're always worrying about, you're always worrying about when the next money's coming in to then pay the house and look after the kids, and you're thinking when the kids' time and this time, there's endless things you can think about. Whereas 9 till 5, no disrespect to 9 till 5, is because it's fantastic, and I wouldn't, like I said, I'll get back into it. But
I'd love a 9 till 5.
but it gets you. You finish at 5 normally, and that is it. You then have your family time, your social life, and X, Y, Z. Whereas with us, we're doing quotes at 9 o'clock in the night, 10 o'clock at night, or you're developing at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And it takes over your life.
Or you're waking up at 3 thinking, God, I forgot to do that. I've got to do that.
Well, the prime example was 2 nights ago. I was laying in bed thinking about a video I was going to make at William Hardwick in Bognor, a lovely bar. And I was thinking, I had this idea of a comedy skit where there's 2 of me in the video and how I'm going to make it. I'm laying there at 3 a.m. in the morning thinking about how I'm going to develop this video. I'm thinking, what a sad life. It came off though. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It came off.
Did it? No, I've not seen it. I've not seen it. I'll have a look.
Trouble.
I'd like to know how you did that, actually, because I need at least 4 of me to deal with the daily grind.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is such thing as work-life balance when you're trying to build something?
Yeah, I think you'll get there. I don't think there is initially. I think you'll get there. I think for me personally, in my position, I believe that in another 3 to 6 months, I'll then have the perfect life balance of I can work, touch wood, 3 days a week and have 4 days a week off. So I think you can get there. You can definitely get to that position as a self-employed worker.
It's about making the people around you understand that as well, isn't it?
Exactly that. I don't think you can do work-life balance at all for the first few years of it. You have to sacrifice everything and you have to give everything, and there is no stopping. You've got to be relentless. You've got to wake up thinking, I'm going to own today. You have to have that mentality. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to own it. I'm going to do this, this, and this. These are the 3 good things I've done for the day. That's a good day's work. But you will have to sacrifice friends, family. But there will come a point where you go, we're now at the position, I've got 4 days off this week. For the next foreseeable future, let's go out and do this, let's go out and do this. And then they'll go, you were right.
It was worth it, yeah.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's important to say, you got 2 kids as well, haven't you?
2, yeah, 9 and 8.
So all this and 2 kids.
Yeah.
What's the biggest lie you think that young founders tell people on social media?
I think it's the sort of the fugazi as such, North Wall Street style, is that they look bigger than they are. The big act, the big who I am. I've got the sports car, but it's on finance. I've got this, but it's on this. I'm on holiday in Dubai, that's my new penthouse. No, it's not. You're actually on a holiday and you just rented an apartment. I think it's the lie of social media. I think that's the biggest issue of it is, in my opinion, it's a gloating sort of, bloating what you've got. I've got this, I've got that, I've got that. Actually, why don't we just use it for its good purposes and use it for the greater good? So I think the biggest lie is how influencers portray themselves and make out their lives are amazing when they're often not.
When they're one payment away from losing.
And also,
that's what I believe.
And we probably might get a couple of comments here saying that I'm wrong, but most of those people that have those sort of pretend that those lifestyles are not particularly happy either, are they?
No.
It's all a facade to make them feel better themselves.
You're exactly right. Yes, I think the biggest lie is when it comes to is that people try and be someone they're not, rather than being true to themselves and being authentic, which comes back to that genuine persona. I'd much rather be poor and be authentic and have people, when I go into a room, people like me.
Genuinely like you. They don't like you because you've just pulled up in a Aston Martin or something.
Or you've got 2
million
million followers and they're trying to leech on some of them. You go into a room and you make people smile. Like, that's the beautiful thing. When I go to I don't call them customers. I call them friends, as cheesy and sad as it is. Because when I go into one of the Kyco venues to work with, there's a big hug, there's a smile, there's a kiss on the cheek. It's welcoming. Can I give you lunch? Can I give you a coffee or something like that? That's great to see you. And that's what it's all about, having that level of trust and friendship. I think that's what goes a long way.
I think that's big in today's age. And what I loved about, obviously, we use Kyco for a bit for our business, but we're not the business that's sending emails. For a business like a pub chain that wants to get their message out or new menu or something, it's fantastic. But there was never right, Ash, we'll sign you up for 12 months. No. It was very friendly. That's how we met, and we've stayed friends since. We had a guy in the other week trying to sell us a phone contract. Yeah. He's like, no, look, you've been signed here, you've done this, and this has happened, and this. Yeah. And then he's sitting there, you're going to sign the contract. I was like, well, can I sign it when you've walked away? He's like, no, we need you to sign it now.
Really? Wow.
Luckily,
Commission based, isn't it?
Luckily,
Wow.
I signed it in a different way. Like, I signed it so it wasn't legit. I'm signing this based on blah, blah, blah. And then I put the contract into ChatGPT. I said, is there anything that I need to... Yeah, they're signing you in for 3 years. And if you don't tell them... No, 5 years. Yeah. And if you don't tell them 90 days prior to your 5 years, you're automatically back in for 3 years.
Wow. Not even 1 year.
No, not even 1 year. And I think as founders, you've got to be careful of this stuff. And what I loved about you was we are so good at what we do, you won't want to leave.
Exactly.
That's the message that...
Yeah.
The day and age where businesses are like, no, we've got to get you with the T's and C's, mate. That's the only way we're going to keep you. Yeah. I will never do business with anybody now that tells me, no, mate, it's a minimum 12-month contract. Why?
Yeah, well, it doesn't need to be.
Why does it need to be?
A lot of it comes down to greed, a lot of it, and trying to catch people out. That's what it comes down to. Like with us, because we didn't do any contracts. We're monthly rolling. We don't even charge a setup fee. Most of the pubs require Wi-Fi devices. You give it to them free of charge. We're 200-300 quid down before we even begun even working with them off our own back and just being genuine. And then they can leave the next month. You know, we don't do any contracts or anything like that. We believe in what we do. Believe the support's top tier. So why would you go anywhere?
And it's bringing value to the business, isn't it? Exactly. At the end of the day, it's bringing value to the business. It's bringing value to the clients.
Exactly that. Yeah,
but that exact reason that you've just said is why Closr's probably Closr's a lot harder for you to get more people on board because they have been shafted in the past by so many different people that there's always that ulterior motive there. So there's always that seed of doubt in the back of their mind, isn't there?
You're exactly right. And the prime example of that is there's an app called NeoTaste, which is a food and drink discount app, but their headquarters are in Germany and they've come over to UK to try and do global domination. So they send teams of 20, 30 out to Brighton, London, all the key cities, get so many sign-ups. And then the businesses are like, I didn't even remember signing up to 2-for-1 burgers and 2-for-1 this and 50% off this. They said, we're losing money now because we're now giving 50% off my meals. The customers are going and ordering water. So not making any money on the deals, they're losing money. And then they're leaving people like NeoTaste. And they're like, no, you're signed into this certain thing here. And they're like, what the hell is going on here? Because they don't know the area like we do. You know, we're Sussex born and bred, whereas you get apps like this come over from Germany with a £20 million investment fund. They're just trying to take over the world, and that's exactly what you're saying.
Just take money.
Yeah.
If someone's sitting in their bedroom, sort of mid-20s, trying to build something after work, whilst running a full-time job, what do they need to understand?
You have to be really resilient. I think there's going to be a lot of pushbacks, a lot of issues, and just don't get down in it. You know, don't get depressed. Just keep pushing and pushing. The good times will come. Whatever you put in, you'll get out. That's what I believe, and I also think, like I said earlier, self-development. You can learn anything. You know, I didn't have a clue about websites. Now I can sell websites. I've done loads of websites. You build it, learn it, trial it, test it. Go, I've done something here. Everything you can do is free. You can go on platforms like Wix, build a website for free, test it out, understand the mechanics, and then guess what? In about a month or two, you can go and sell websites. App development, you know nothing about that. You can go and learn it. You can learn anything in a modern day, and I think some people, they maybe, you know, I was personally a big gamer, so I'd come home from work and just game for hours on end. And then one day I looked at my Call of Duty stats and it was like you played it for like 52 days. I'm thinking, I've wasted 52 days on this game. What have I done with my life? And then from that moment, I spent the time I'd use gaming to then learn new skill sets, which then made me do other things.
Changing a habit there, I like that. You changed one habit that wasn't bad for you, but you could do something better with your time.
Yeah, well, I mean, 52 days is bad.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of days I've rotted away in my armchair. Yeah. But
never playing you at Call of Duty.
No, I wouldn't do either.
Thing is, though, I talk to people all the time, and we say like it's that change. You know, we all consume constantly on social media. You know, you sit on the sofa for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Yeah. It all adds up. If you put the time and effort into something actually important that you just wasted on social media crap, we would all be so much better than what we are anyway.
Completely agree.
Yeah, if you spent half an hour learning AI, learning something,
rather watching
videos, watching people.
Yeah. Exactly that.
And you compounded that over a year, 6 months. Yeah. It's mad what it does to you.
It's enormous. I try and advise that to some friends and stuff. I'm like, what do you mean you've just been playing Fortnite for 3 hours a night? And they're like, oh, I'm really skint, so I'm just playing games. Like, well, hold on a minute. I can give you websites every single week to go and build because I haven't got time to do it. Why don't you go and learn how to build websites and I can help you out and pass them on to you and we can help each other. But they're like, no, I'm happy just doing what I'm
doing. Yeah. So it's again, it's being comfortable, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah. You've got to you've got to be able to self-development, like you said at the start of this. Self-development is massive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm learning that, and yeah, I know my craft. Yeah, I know my industry, but my body's not. So now I'm trying to do self-development on my body and my mind.
Yeah,
and that's
great. That would really help and really.
Well, it does, because it's the energy. Like,
you feel better after it. Not
Yeah.
during it. It must be painful during it, but afterwards, it's like, well done. You know, you've done
I
it.
must say, for you, Nath, I have never seen you, in all the times we've met, I have never seen you moping around down and depressed.
Yeah.
Even when your ex-business partner screwed you, can I say this?
Yeah, you can say
And
that.
emptied the bank account and then left you.
Yeah.
You were still laughing about it. You were still like, oh, well, it is what it is. We'll get it back. Do you know what I mean? And that's inspirational, the energy there.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned, and we've said this a lot, the energy you give out. If you're like, oh, well, come and join Kyco, do you want to join Closr?
Exactly.
No one's going to do it, are they?
No, they're not. They're not going to do it. You are right. It's all about the energy you give off, you know, the vibes and stuff. Even if things are bad, like you say, you just have to brush it off and keep going.
What would 20 to 29-year-old you tell 23-year-old you?
Like, life is not easy. stay 23 and stay young.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'll just say, look, if you want a stable life, chill. I'd say, you know, don't launch something yourself. Don't jump in the deep end. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you're in for. When you have other people's lives on your head, that's a big thing, because you know, you're now the one overseeing things. And I never respected that when I was working for someone else. I've always thought, you know, things are quite normal and easy, but that was because it's a big corporate. But then when you have a member of staff or two working for you, thinking, oh my God, they can't afford their rent, or they're sick, which then means you've then got to take over the double shifts and stuff like that. And it does change your life.
Is there any moment in the last 4 years that's like nearly broken you?
Yeah, I would say when deals weren't paid on time, I think that would really break you. When literally you have $4,000 or whatever to live on, then that $4,000 is not paid, and you're like, okay, I can't pay rent, can't pay this, can't pay that car payment, every single thing's bounced. You then got all these different bills coming into you, and that's where it nearly breaks you, because you're thinking, I can't cope anymore. But it always comes down to financial. It never ever comes down to anything else.
It is, isn't it? It's the financial. It's the
always
financial burden.
Yeah.
It's the root of all evil.
It is.
The thing is, it's a vicious circle, isn't it? The better you do, the more you spend, and then the more you need to earn, and then it's
The more you want. Yeah,
it just never stops,
Yeah.
does it? It
No.
never stops. So I don't think it. You know, we always talk about this, don't we? About millionaires and stuff. You know, oh, they must have loads of money and do whatever they want, but actually, they probably don't have any more money really than any of us have, because their outgoings are 10 times what ours are, and
Yeah.
like you say, they've got all the cars on finance and everything, and if they don't get the money, and their stress levels are probably way more than ours, because they lose everything.
Oh yeah,
rather than-
Can you imagine?
know,
Like, we stress of like outgoings of $3,500 a month. Imagine it was $35,000 a month. Imagine if every month for yourself you had to find like $40,000, 50, 60, 70,
yeah.
80 grand.
I know, just to survive, just
Just
to,
to,
keep what you got.
to pay your own personal stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'd much rather find $3,000 than $35,000.
Yeah, the bank manager ain't going to come take your house away for you because you owe him a grand, are you? But if you owe 50, 60 grand, he's going to come knocking on your door, isn't he? So,
But when you're there, it feels big, doesn't it?
It does,
When
yeah.
you're there, it feels big.
I'd say that, and the other thing I'd say is I was genuine at the time. Just be genuine. Just be who you are. Like, don't put on a mask. Don't put on a different outfit for the day. Just be who you are.
Yeah.
And I'd say, you know, between 19 and 21, I was probably more showing off, you trying to be someone you're not, because you know you're that age where you're trying to get in with the cool kids, get in with the business owners to try and learn from and develop and that. And then over the past 6-7 years, it's a case of going, hold on a minute, I am enough who I am, and take me through who I am. Basically, I think that's the most what is important thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, we all do it. Like when I first started doing content, you try and be someone you're not. You just because you think that's what the people need to see. It's not. They need to see
to
you.
be fair, you did make some content today where you were just authentically yourself
It
as
was
well. didn't you?
authentically
Really good.
myself today. It was really good. I've done my first TikTok shop video, people. Done my first TikTok shop video.
He's the man. No, that's a good point. On the Closr videos, when we launched them initially, it was very corporate led, because I thought that's what we needed to do. And then I just started doing me on camera, and they got way more views, way more likes, way more interactions, and it's just like, oh, hold on a minute. Let's not pretend we're something we're not. We're not a global app. We haven't got loads of budget. We are a man with a mic and a phone this is us. Take it,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
leave it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, and that's what the world needs. That's what the world
It's
needs.
what the world wants. It's, working in social media myself, it's what works.
Yeah.
It is what works.
Yeah.
People are done. Big brands aren't paying influencers 50, 60 grand for a video now. They're paying people that have never made content before because it's the people that are just actually making normal videos.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that they're getting 50 grand a video now, and
Yeah, they're trying to stay away from it. You're right. That's a really good point. Really good.
So when I went to see that broadcast company, he was like, I've spent my whole career trying to hide cameras, trying to hide cables. Now everyone wants to see them. Now everyone wants to see the cameras in the shot.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They do.
It's the art of that. I mean, when you were younger, obviously you probably felt like you needed to be something you weren't, because at an early age you don't feel like people are going to listen to you anyway, do you? So I guess that's a common thing for everybody, but you probably didn't realise about the authenticity side of things until you're a lot older. Yeah,
exactly that. And now, luckily, I'm meeting some fantastic people, and those people are opening new doors every single day because they like you for who you are, and that's
exactly
so important.
Yeah, it's it is important to be yourself.
Even if you're a bit of an arsehole.
Yeah.
Some
But you
people
can't
quite like
please
arseholes,
everybody. Yeah, you can't.
People like me.
People like you. People, do you know what I mean? People don't want polished anymore, do they? They don't want polished content. You don't
Raw. They want it all raw.
They want
raw content.
raw content, not edited.
Yeah.
Like
no filters.
no
I used to change the way I spoke because I'm quite a commoner. I'm a South London boy.
Geezer.
I always used to change my accent a little bit just to make me sound a little bit more, not posh, but a bit normal. But actually, just be yourself, and it comes across nice, much better, doesn't it?
That's it. If people don't like you for who they are, then you've got to keep up this facade for your whole business relationship, your whole friendship, everything. You've got to be someone you're not, and that's a lot harder to do than to say, "Sorry, mate, you're not for me." It's like relationships, isn't it? So when me and my wife, I took her bowling and we went to McDonald's. I've been on dates in the past where felt like I've needed to take them to 5-star restaurants and stuff.
The Shard or whatever.
And then you're like, oh God, now I've set a bar.
Yeah, I still have to speak Dutch when I get home. My missus still thinks I'm Dutch.
But no, I think it's really important in business, in life, in everything, in relationships, to be who you are and love yourself.
Yes.
You got to love yourself.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Don't be big-headed. Don't be arrogant like Chris is, because that's terrible.
Yeah, proper arrogant. Yeah.
I'm the best. And on that note, I think we should wrap up this episode. Thank you so much, Nathan. That was lots of little golden nuggets in there.
I wish I had the drive when I was your age, mate. I wish I did. I know I didn't have it at all, so that's why I'm only starting to turn my life around at 43 rather than at 23, I suppose.
You still look 23. It's all right.
Cheers, mate. That's why I said that. To be fair,
Yeah.
I was hoping for something like that just to annoy Ash.
I'll get you covered.
Nath, you've got to quickly tell people, how do they download Closr?
You can download Closr in the Apple Store and the Google Store. So it's CLO.
Do it again. Start in the camera, look at the camera, and tell it properly. Come on.
So you can download Closr in the Apple and the Google Store. It's available on both devices or different phones. It's CLOSR. We're trying to be cool. There's no E in it. Free to download, no subscriptions. Just create a profile and start saving today.
Wicked. And if you're a business and you're in Sussex and you've got something to offer, how do they do that?
Same process. You can download the app again, and there's a little button in the More tab. So it's More, list my business, complete a very short form, and you'll be activated within 48 hours.
Beautiful.
Easy as that.
Easy as
No
that.
excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses.
And
Get
it's
it done.
free.
And it's free. And honestly, it does give a lot of value. Thanks for listening, everybody. I have a feeling that might be the end of season 3, Chris.
Got a feeling, have you?
I've got a feeling.
Well, I'll tell you what it is.
It is.
I'm
He's
going to
told
call
me.
it. All right.
I'm calling it.
That's the end of season 3, everybody.
End of season 3. Season 4, we will be coming back. We have a couple of weeks off. We've got some incredible guests, and we're going to be talking more about this topic, which is going to be business and managing life.
Thank you so much for coming in, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Nate.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Really appreciate it.
We will. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Keep your eye on the socials.
I'm going to go on the beach now. Bye.
We might do it after I come back from Spain, actually, because I'm going there in 22 days.
Oh, again.